So really quickly, we thought we'd introduce ourselves in case you don't know who we are. So we don't like to assume that you do. So we're going to tell you just really quickly a little bit about our story. Not the whole story, because that could take a long time. So I've been a coach a little over 4 years now. I have 2 kids. Their names are Adriana and Bianca. When I started, I was a full-time 5th grade math teacher. Yeah, I saw a couple of teachers out there. Are you a teacher? Anyone? Cool. I loved teaching, but we sure don't make a whole lot of money. And I was knee-deep in debt. And so a year and a half after Beachbody, I was able to quit my full-time job of teaching and do Beachbody full-time. And at the time that I started Beachbody, I wasn't even teaching group exercise classes yet. And so Beachbody not only gave me a gateway into an amazing career, but it also brought me into the fitness community, which is my love. So 4 years ago, I wasn't even teaching, and now I get to help run the coolest program out there on the planet in gyms now. Anyone in here Insanity certified? Yeah, so cool. So anyway, that's a quick little bit about me. I'm gonna let Brandy tell you a little bit about her.
Hey guys, I'm excited to be here, but before Beachbody, I was just a stay-at-home mom. We're just normal people. I wasn't a professional MLM person, and I do not like being on stage. Yesterday was one of my first times, but you know, like I said, before Beachbody, I was just a mom. I had 2 little boys, and Lincoln was 2 at the time, and Lennox was 6 weeks old. So any moms out there, I did not have time for this business. And on top of that, my husband was a full-time baseball player, and he was playing in Mexico at the time, 10 months out of the year. So I was basically a single stay-at-home mom who didn't have time for this, but I really feel if you want to make this work, you're gonna make time. You know, and that's something that you have to do in this business. But I didn't get into this to be a 6-figure earner. I did not get into this to be a 15-star diamond coach. You know, I got into this because I was going through health issues on my own. I had hormone issues, adrenal, gut issues, candida, you name it. I've probably been through it in the last 4 years. So really, I got into this to get my mind off my issues and to help people instead. And so I really got addicted to helping people. And that led me 4 months into Summit, which was 2 years ago. So I've been a coach 2.5 years. 2 years ago, Summit changed my life, and I figured out my passion and my purpose for this business, and that reason why I was never gonna give up. So like, you know, Beachbody's motto this year is never give up. You really have to figure out your reason why you're gonna push through, because you're owning your own business and it's gonna be hard. So you've gotta figure out that reason why. My reason was to bring my husband home. I missed him, you know, we didn't get to see him but 2 months out of the year. And then I really wanted to help my coaches be successful too, because they were in the same predicament that I was in as well. So that's just a little bit about me, and we can go ahead and get started here.
Okay, so you came here not to hear all about us. You came to hear more about how to invite people. And first of all, I have to say I'm super uncomfortable right now. Not because you guys are in here, I'm totally fine on stage. It's because I'm not in a sports bra and tights. They told me that I had to wear the better outfit today. So I'm really uncomfortable all dressed up. So I just had to put that out there. Sorry. Anyway, the power of hello is really where I want to start with this. And today, as we go through this whole presentation, I want you to think about who you invite to your birthday party. As you're walking the Las Vegas Strip and seeing all those crazy EDC people out there with their furry boots, would you invite them to your birthday party? You don't know them. You don't know their name. You have no idea if they're married with kids, what their job is. Would you invite them into your home and ask them to bring you a present and celebrate 1 more year of your life? Probably not. So why would we invite people to our birthday party who we've never spoken to? And so today, as we talk about inviting people to your challenge groups, to the coaching opportunity, I want you to think, are you at a place with them where you would invite them to your birthday party? And if the answer is no, then the relationship is not ready for you to invite them to your challenge group or to the coaching opportunity. So, the power of hello. We are such a fast society. Everyone right now probably has their phone surgically attached to their hand with their finger hovering over that button, ready to click it and see, did I get a message? Did somebody say something on Instagram? Oh my gosh, what's going on? And what happens when we do that is we don't stop and say, hi. Yeah, I'm looking at you right there. Right? And when I do stop and run into him in the hall, I'm in such a frenzy that we're having a conversation, but while we're doing it, I'm looking at my phone, and I look up, and I look down, and I look up, and I look down. And I don't really have his full engagement, and nor does he feel really respected by me, because I'm not giving him all of my attention. Have you ever been walking somewhere, say somewhere outside of here, just the grocery store, and you just randomly smile at somebody, and they look at you like, what? What's on me? Is there something in my teeth? Is there something in my hair? Do I smell? No, I just smiled at you. If you said hello to more people, you would have a longer list. You would never worry about making Success Club because you would always be talking to more people. And I know right now you're thinking that sounds so simple, but it's so uncomfortable for so many people to simply stop and say, hello, I like your Shakeology shirt. Where'd you get it? See how quick that was, though? And we don't do enough of that. It's so simple. You never have to say, hi, and they say back, guess what, I'm a Beachbody coach. You'll get there once you invite them to your birthday party, but before you can invite them, you have to get to know them. So if you can promise me one thing, it's to say hello to more people. Let's practice. Turn to the person to your right and say hello. Wait. I didn't say anything else. All I said was to say hello. But that's fair, right? That's a simple task. Is that something that you could start leaving here today? Could you make it a goal to say hello to more people as you're walking just through life? That's how you build a contact list. Today we're going to talk about social media a lot, but there is still a way to build this business face-to-face. Both Brandy and I build our businesses predominantly through social media. I do build a lot face-to-face because I'm an instructor and a trainer, and so I have a lot of interaction with people. But I also love talking to people. And so when I say hello to somebody, I might say, hey, I like your sunglasses. So, see, she said, thank you. So I might say to her, where'd you get your sunglasses? She's going to tell me where she got her sunglasses. We're going to talk back and forth for a few minutes. I'm going to say, hey, are you on Facebook? And she's going to say, good, because who's like the 2 random people in here who don't have Facebook? Right, you? Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
You're going to have Facebook after this, though, right? Okay, cool. But just about everybody has Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is that you use. So after I have a conversation about how much I love her sunglasses and where she got them, I'm going to say, get out your phone, follow me on Facebook. That's okay, that's not creepy. It's much creepier to be like, here's my business card, on which is like a picture of me and all these logos, and sign up to be a coach at beachbodycoachesamazing.com. It's a lot less creepy to be like, girl, you on Facebook? Yeah. Type in fit and funky. She does that. Cool, now you're following me. Did you all do that right now? Follow me, fit and funky? I'm just kidding, but you should do it later. But now that she's done that, now we're going to have a conversation. I didn't have to email her that night and go, hey girl, saw you at the grocery store. Remember me? I'm the one who commented on your sunglasses. You want to try the shake? It's going to help you lose weight. I don't have to do that because she's following me now. And so she's going to start seeing my posts in her newsfeed, and she's going to become interested in me. And then we can have a conversation that takes us to the place where I can invite her to my birthday party. Does that make sense? Yeah. So say hello to more people. That's the easiest tip that I can give you today. And invite them to follow you on social media so that you can continue the conversation beyond there. And that's where your list is going to build from. You're going to then be able to say, oh, okay, the girl with the sunglasses, I'm going to put her on my list. Because even though this business is done a lot through our phones, you should have a list, whether it's on paper or an Evernote, wherever you want to keep it. You need to have a running list of people that you are constantly talking to. And now you can talk to them about just about anything. Like, I love to talk about shoes. Though I don't have on the right kind today. Yesterday I had on really sequiny glitter shoes, and it went better with the presentation when I talked about this part. But you're going to have somewhere to go with that. And I'm going to show you a quick little video of what some things that my coaches like to talk about when they talk to people.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm a Beachbody coach from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and I'd like to take just a few minutes to share what I do to connect with people and to add them to my contact list. So first and foremost, what I do is connect through social media. Instagram is my platform of choice. I take a look at who's liking my pictures on my Instagram feed, and then I go and have a look at what they're posting on theirs. I try to connect with them on a more personal level. I take a look at what their interests are, their hobbies, things that they blatantly say they love. Like, for example, if they have an animal, I am a huge animal lover, and so I'll connect with them over what their animal's name is, how old they are, what breed of animal it is, and we'll genuinely get some type of dialogue exchange there, to which we're adding each other on Instagram, and some type of relationship is built through my feed, where I'm super honest about what I have going on, what I love, fitness, nails, colors, anything like that. And I end up building some type of relationship with these people enough to the point where they'll email me and reach out saying, hey, I know we connected about this is my username, but I noticed that you're also really into fitness, and I'd like to lose X amount of pounds by X date, and I was wondering if you could help me. So that's been the number one way that I have been able to connect with people.
When I bump into somebody that I know who hasn't seen me in a while, or maybe I see them all the time and they say, it's different, or you look great, or I love, I heard something was going on. I never evade. I always just answer the question, and I say, oh, it's Beachbody, or have you heard of Beachbody? Or thanks, I lost 15 pounds doing T25. Have you ever heard of it? So I jump right in and I just answer the question. I don't skirt around. I just answer the question.
I can't tell you how many times people stop me on the street or in the grocery store and say, oh my God, I love your sneakers. Well, because I have like a million pairs just because I'm a shoe freak. But shoes, believe it or not, is what I use as my opportunity to talk about fitness and what I do and why I have so many shoes. And when I talk about shoes, my eyes light up. You just see the joy that I have when I talk about shoes and what I use them for. And I can go on and on and on about that, but shoes. I definitely use my shoes as a way to get new people engaged with me, or to sign them up right away on my phone to get more information from me.
Really quick on that before I switch it over to Brandy, and she's going to talk to you about form a little bit. Shoes was mentioned, and no, I don't teach everyone on my team that they have to talk about shoes. But you do have to talk about something, and we're going to get there in just a minute. So while that's sitting there, I want you to really think about what are some things in your life that you love other than Beachbody. We know you love Beachbody. We get it. We all do. But if that's all that you are about, no one's going to want to talk to you, and you become white noise on social media. So in your head right now, just be thinking about what are some things that you love other than Beachbody or even fitness that when we get to that section, we can really speak to. But I'm going to let Brandy take it over for a little bit now.
Yeah, before we go on to the next slide, guys, I wanted to add on something to Danielle's thing. And I know she builds a lot face-to-face because she is an insanity instructor and all that good stuff. But I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids. I don't have time to be out and about. And when I'm at the grocery store, my kids are crazy, so I don't have time to say hello to anybody. And so what I recommend you do, and what I have my team do, from a very early stage, from new coaches, is to go on Facebook and to expand your network. So add 3 to 5 new people every day. Write this down. Heads should be down writing. Add 3 to 5 new people every day on Facebook. And you can do this by going to one of your friends' pages. Go to their profile page and click their friends list. And up top, you're going to see a little tab that says People You May Know. And this is going to give you like 30 and 40 people with a ton of mutual friends in common with. So unless you have a profile picture of your cat or something crazy, they're probably going to add you because you have 30 and 40 mutual friends. So this is a great way to begin expanding your network, because from there, I want you to take that list of people that you expanded to, and I want you to start building relationships with them. And this leads to the next slide. And one second. What I find, I don't know if anybody else has friends that do other MLM companies. Does anybody have friends that do other MLM companies? Well, I have recently had like 2 or 3 friends that I haven't talked to in like 10 to 15 years message me on Facebook asking me to go to their website and check out their products. And I'm like, why are they doing that? Do they not understand? Like, I have not talked to them in 10 or 15 years. And I really feel like a lot of coaches feel like we have to only push products, that we only have P90X to offer, that we only have Shakeology to offer, but we really have so much more to offer. We have our relationship and ourselves to add value to this situation. And I love Beachbody. It's so different from any other MLM company because we don't just sell a product and say good luck with that. You know, we are coaching them through the whole process. We are there through the whole journey. And that really sets Beachbody apart. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was really hesitant to get into this whole coaching thing. Because if you look on Facebook, you look out and about, a lot of coaches are spamming people and putting up the latest sales and, you know, join my team, join my challenge. And they're not really adding any value to the situation. They're saying, buy from me, but I don't have anything to offer you, type thing. And so I didn't want to do that. And so I decided my business was going to be different, that I was going to add value, help other people, even if they couldn't help me in return, even if they didn't join my team or join my challenge. And I really feel like that set me apart. The next thing that I always tell my team is to be interested in others and not just try to be interesting. And we're going to talk about attraction marketing here in a little bit, and I think that's amazing to attract people to you so you don't have to chase people down all the time. But at the same time, I have a lot of new coaches discouraged if they don't get, you know, more than 2 likes on their photos, or if they only get 2 comments on their photos, and they're like, oh, this must not be for me, right? Because I'm only getting 2 comments. Nobody's wanting to join my team. But the truth is, this business is built below the surface. It's like an iceberg. You know, you're not going to build your business off of Facebook posts. You're not going to get 100 people wanting to join your challenge as a new coach off of Facebook posts. So you've really got to begin building relationships behind the scenes and personal messages. That's something that I tell my team. And then next, we're going to talk about form, because I feel like this really helped me as a new coach to be able to ask questions of people and get to know them, because I'm not a face-to-face builder. That's just not what I do. I build my business on social media, and so this really helps me, and it's called FORM, and you can write this down. It's FORM, F-O-R-M, and F is for family, and so you can ask questions about their family. Are they married? How long have they been married? You know, do they have kids? Ask them about their kids. Tell them how cute their kids are. I love when people tell me how cute my kids are. And then O is occupation. Like, what do they do for a living? Do they work full-time? Do they work 8 to 5? Do they work 3 days a week? Are they a nurse? Do they like their job? Do they see themselves doing this job the rest of their lives? This is a very important thing. Like, yes, you're connecting on other things besides Beachbody, but you're also figuring out if you can fill a need for them. Maybe they don't want to work at their job. Maybe they want to be a stay-at-home mom like me. You can fill a need for them. And no, that doesn't mean go up to them and say, you know, join my team. You hate your job. That means that you build the relationship further. You wait till you can invite them to your birthday party, and then you eventually get there with them. And then R is recreation. So what do they do for fun? Yoga, hiking. Do they like to go to their kids' baseball games? Anything like that? And then last is M, and that's message. And that's, you know, why you're talking to them in the first place, and, you know, what kind of message you're trying to get across to them. But Danielle, do you use form, or do you kind of do something different?
So I don't use form that way. For me, it's a little more natural because I'm a talker. So I don't have an issue doing that. But Brandy and I have had this discussion before where I'm a little more outward. She's a little more inward. So this is something that really worked for her. But it is something that's great, especially for new coaches who maybe aren't used to just going up and talking to people. So this is available in your coach online office in the form of a video on building relationships. So if you want to know more about form and how to use it, if you go into your video library and just kind of search for the one that says something about building relationships, then that's in there. But it's a great place for new coaches to start. If they can just think, okay, I have to form that person. I need to talk about family, occupation, recreation, and then give them my message. Then that gives your newer coaches an easier place to start. Whereas for me, I don't have to do that because that person is going to get an earful from me whether they want it or not. Sorry, it's just the truth. If you know me, you know it's real. Okay, so be more than Beachbody. This is so important, y'all. I always say, and please don't take offense to this, that Beachbody coaches are the most annoying people on social media. It's true. When I go on social media, and I call it the scroll, okay? What's gonna stop me? Because most of the time, I'm looking at Facebook or Instagram on my phone, and it's quick, like this. Bloop, 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 stop. Well, what made me stop? I guarantee you it wasn't the picture of all the challenge packs that every coach and their uncle uses. You know, the one that has them all the way from the ultimate reset all the way down to Brazil butt lift, and there's like a big star in the corner? It's a great graphic. But that graphic isn't gonna stop my scroll when I'm looking at Instagram or Facebook really quickly. So you have to be about something more than Beachbody. Because guess what? People are interested in you. The products are amazing, but that's not why they buy them from you. What's gonna make somebody buy Shakeology from me versus Brandy versus you? It's their connection with you and what you can be an expert in. So here's another thing for you to think about, and then in a minute you're gonna write down. I suggest or recommend that you are about at least 3 things other than Beachbody. You need to be about 3 things other than Beachbody on your social media. So for me, there's a picture of my kid up there in the corner. That's Bianca. She's 8. That picture is right after her 8th birthday party, where she got just a boatload of presents, and instead she chose to steal a rubber glove from the guy that cleaned up the birthday party and was blowing it up in the car. So what does that have to do with anything? Shows I'm a mom. And so there are people who will connect with me because on occasion I'll talk about my kids. I don't talk about my kids a ton on social media because they're 13 and 8, and the 13-year-old is mortified by me. She does not think I'm as cool as some of y'all think I am. She thinks I'm highly embarrassing. Matter of fact, that's what she calls me, embarrassing mom. We went bowling a couple weeks ago, and she typed it in, embarrassing mom. I'm like, oh. I was pretty sure I'm cool. Okay. But that's something that, people ask me all the time, how do you do it all? How do you balance being a mom and running a business and training and instructing? How do you do that? So that's something I'm about other than Beachbody that people can connect with me on. That picture over there, like this, I just happen to be about selfies, and it's just something that so you don't have to be about selfies, but that's something that my social media has come to be about. Why? Because so many people do it, and it's kind of relevant whether you think it's silly or not, and it's a great way for you to see your transformation or your results beyond the scale. So for me, that's something also that people can connect with me on. I did like a little tutorial for a while on all the different selfie poses, and I thought that it would be seen ridiculous by people, and I stopped doing it, and people were messaging me, could you please put that up and show me again how to take a selfie? And so something that I thought was ridiculous and completely irrelevant was relevant to some people, because how many of you in here do that? You take selfies, right? You're a Beachbody coach. It's like in your DNA to take a picture. There's a picture of my shoes up there, and so shoes are one of my things. It's something I love, and it's not just shoes that are cute, which I do have like an affection for that, but I also do stuff outside of Beachbody for Nike, and so I have like a true love for shoes as far as function is concerned. So I've become very known on social media for, hey, I'm doing Insanity, what shoe do you recommend? Or, hey, I'm a runner, what shoe would you recommend? So that's something that for me, people can connect with me on, or I can be an expert for them at. There's also a picture there about paleo. That just happens to be the way I eat. So a lot of people will say, I'm really interested in paleo, can you tell me more about that? Or what book would you recommend if that was something I was wanting to look into? These are all things that bring people to my challenge groups, that people sign up to be a coach with me for, and has zero to do with Shakeology or Beachbody. And then the last one was a picture. I also love, fashion, which typically it's like sports bras and tights. But that was, I asked if I was too old to rock overalls. And the, social media population at large said yes. And the 13-year-old said no, that I should not ever wear them, ever, again. So what does this mean to you? This means you need to be about 3 things other than Beachbody. If all you ever post is about Beachbody, no one wants to come to your birthday party. So right now, before I move on and talk a little bit more about that, I want you to think about 3 things that you are about, are interested in, could learn more about other than Beachbody. And for some of you, it may be hard. You're like, I don't know. I'll give you an example while you're writing. One of my coaches is super into her faith. And so I told her, why not do a faith and fitness challenge, right? Or talk every day, post a devotional on your page. If that's something that you're really about, post that. Or let's say you love scrapbooking. I know nothing about scrapbooking, but let's say you love it. And so every day you post about a new sticker or a coupon at Michael's or Joann's Fabrics or how I just got the best curly Q scissors on the planet for only $2.99. And here's, right? Isn't that what y'all do? Use curly Q scissors? So scrapbookers, here's the thing. If you started posting about scrapbooking tips every day on your page and you had a following of all these people who loved to scrapbook and they believed everything that you said because their latest scrapbooking project came out amazing thanks to your tips, and you said, hey, guess what? I'm running a new challenge group on PIO for people who want to lose weight and also stretch and strengthen their muscles. They're going to be interested because they believe in you. They know you now. You're not just a little thumbnail in a square, but they're going to believe in you now because they've been following your tips on scrapbooking. And so now they're going to be ready to come to your birthday party when you invite them to your challenge group. Because scrapbooking people want to drink Shakeology, and scrapbooking people need to work out just like anyone else. It's not reserved for only fitness. So if you're only trying to attract fitness people, you're missing a good part of the population. You could talk about football or gardening or motorcycles, whatever it is that interests you. I have another coach on our team who's really into baking. I said, why not post pictures of everything that you bake and what you use, the ingredients? Or here's a recipe on how to do that gluten-free. Then guess what? When those people who follow her for her baking tips need to lose weight, they're going to reach out to her because they're also going to know that she is using Beachbody. So please, if there's another thing that you take away from this, it's be about at least, you can be about more, but you should have at least 3 things other than Beachbody that you are about.
And you guys can get some ideas from here as well. This is me and Danielle's little list of stuff. Her brutal honesty and humor. Her shoes, apparel recommendations. She does workout videos every day, and her abs.
They're covered up.
So, and then mine, I really love to do fitness motivation, nutrition and health tips. I have a lot of health struggles, and my first year in the business, I kind of tried to hide those because I thought you had to be perfect and be the picture-perfect image of fitness. But the more that I shared my health struggles, like my autoimmune diseases, my hormone issues, I found that a lot of women are going through hormone issues. I mean, pretty much all of us are. And so I really started connecting with people more. Like, people felt like they were more connected with me because I wasn't perfect. And then I also share my faith because God is, the most important man in my life. So that's something that I do as well. You can go ahead and click to the next page there. Okay, so my attraction marketing techniques is, all about me, because I feel like a lot of Beachbody coaches, like I said earlier, are all about the products, but you are your best brand that you can possibly push forward. So put more of you into your business, more pictures of you into your business. You need to be a product of the product. That's definitely important. It's the 3 vital behaviors. So, get a transformation picture. Pick a program and share your transformation. You should constantly be doing a new program and sharing that transformation publicly. And yes, it's a scary thing. You don't have to post pictures of your abs or in a bikini. You can do it tastefully in a tank top and some shorts, but it's good to share you. And I love this. Like, why do people want to buy from you? People can buy products from anywhere. eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, their friends, they can burn them. Why do they want to buy them from you? Like, what do you have to offer? And that's yourself and your relationship and the value that you have to add. And one of my favorite things about my social media is adding value. And you guys will hear me say this 1,000 times, add value. If you saw my top 10 poster out there, it says add value as my motto. And so you really need to add value. So during the week, Monday through Friday, I am adding value to people. I'm not asking them to buy from me. I'm not asking them to join my challenge group. I'm adding value to them. I'm giving them fitness tips, motivation, Because none of us wants to work out every day. So if you put that out there, say, hey, I'm gonna make this happen today, I want you to make it happen too, you're gonna motivate people to get their workouts in too. So add value all through the week, and then on Sunday night, if you come to my fitness page, Brandy Bots Fitness and Nutrition, you can follow that too. You will see on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m., you're gonna see me post about the business opportunity or about joining my challenge group. And that's the time that works for me. I get a lot of hits at Sunday night. I guess everybody's at home with their families. It's kind of a lazy day. And I get a lot of traction. So you can use that. You can try that as well on your Facebook. But that is kind of why I do that. And the reason why I say add value is because you need to connect with people. They need to trust you. If you're sitting there asking them to join your team, join your challenge all the time, that's just kind of, it's not very personal. You have to add value to them so then they feel like there's a relationship there. And I feel like the more that you help people for free, the more that you build the trust with them. And that kind of leads to our next slide. And you guys can take a picture of this as well. This is something that is a staple in my business. It's free challenge groups. And hopefully, a lot of you probably already do this. But free challenge groups have been huge for my business because it's building relationships, and that is the most important thing you can do in your business. It's a very non-threatening way to invite. I personally do 7-day free clean eating groups, and you can get meal plans on Beachbody's, club membership, right? You can go and print them there, print off, meal plans, even make up a shopping list for people. And if you say, hey, I'm going to be hosting this 7-day free group, I'm going to give you a free meal plan and a shopping list, who's going to say no to that? Everybody wants a meal plan. Everybody wants a shopping list. Everybody's struggling with that. So that's a great way to get a ton of people involved. Because what if you were to post about your $180 challenge pack challenge group? How many people are you going to get to comment to join that? Maybe one, maybe two. But if you said free, you'd probably get 30, 40. I got 400 in my last group. You're going to get a ton of people in your groups. So that's a great way. And then I love them because they build trust without products. You're not pushing products right out of the gate. You're saying, I want to help you. I genuinely want to help you, even if you're not going to buy from me, because maybe they don't have money right now. Maybe it's not good timing for them right now, but later on down the road, they will have money. And I love it because they get to try you out as a coach. You get to build that relationship with people. They see that you're not just going to sell them a product and say, peace out, good luck with that. You are going to walk them through this process. And my downline coach, Jen Richardson, she's a 5-star diamond coach. I think she's here. Jen, are you here? Yay. Okay, she has a video that she is going to share here about how free challenge groups have helped her business.
Hi everyone, my name is Jen Richardson. And I just wanted to share a little bit about why utilizing free challenge groups can really advance your business. So when I started as a coach, I was receiving a lot of that price is kind of high, and also a lot of the, wait, I can't be in your challenge group because I didn't buy a program. I thought you were all about helping people. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have heard similar lines, right? So what I decided to do was run a free 14-day challenge group each month in the form of a clean eating group. I would provide meal plans for the duration of the group, as well as a daily mini fitness challenge. During the course of the group, I'll talk about Beachbody programs and Shakeology in a roundabout way, and I'll post Shakeology recipes for people to try. And I almost always get a decent portion of people that not only want to buy samples of Shakeology, but also end up getting on HD or buying a challenge pack. Sometimes I feel like the initial upfront costs scare people away, but if you're offering them a free option and allowing them to ease into this new fitness lifestyle, by the time those 2 weeks are up, you've probably hooked yourself a few new customers, which is really exciting. And I just really feel like this has been a huge tool that I've personally used in growing my business, because I feel like we should be helping everyone, not just the people who can't right now afford a Beachbody program, because a couple, weeks, months down the line, they might be able to. And I feel like it's an awesome way to help others, and introduce them to Beachbody. So that's my little tip, and I hope it helps.
So I'd like to add something to that. First is, you don't have to do that alone. So if you're really scared about running a 7-day challenge group, a 14-day challenge group, and you're like, I don't know what to do, partner up with somebody. Partner up with 2 people on your team. You don't have to do it alone. So find another new coach or another coach and partner up with each other and help each other run the group and moderate the group. The other thing is you can get them to join the free portion of your website when you do this, so that after that 7-day trial is up, they don't accidentally buy Shakeology from your neighbor, right? Who's had that happen? Oh, oops, I thought I typed in your website. And then it's a nightmare trying to get them back. So it's super easy. When you have them do this, say, tell you what, you're going to get to join my free challenge group. You're going to get a free meal plan. You're going to get to learn some great things from me. Can you do me one favor? Could you go to I'mTheBestCoachInTheWorld.com and click join? There's going to be 2 options. I want you to join the free one. No strings attached. Nothing's going to happen. All this means that every once in a while you're going to hear from me, maybe in the form of an email or a newsletter. And everyone will be okay with that. Because again, like Brandy said, people aren't going to say no to free. But it's a powerful way for those people to be connected to you so they don't accidentally buy from somebody else. So if you're not using that free portion of your website, I think it's one of the things that we underuse the most in Beachbody, and it's such a powerful tool. So whenever you're connecting with people, just ask them to do that. Hey, would you mind getting an email from me every once in a while with some free news and tips, fitness tips, and maybe some updates on Beachbody? People aren't going to say no to that, and now they're connected to you.
Yeah, I love that. And also, you can pair up with other people like Danielle said, or if you're like a diamond coach, you have coaches on your team, run a team challenge group. That's what I do with my team, and it really, really helps new coaches out. It gives them that confidence that they have somebody there helping them run a group. And you can even put together like a little 7-day template, like 7-day tips every day of what you're going to post in the group. Give that to your coaches and help them get started right. That is definitely a staple in my business, and with my team, we get all of our new coaches started. Their first challenge group is a free challenge group because it's very easy to run, and it gets them to know that Beachbody is about building relationships. It isn't just about selling products, and so it's a really great thing for new coaches, so definitely write that down as well. This is something that I've been doing since I was a new coach. Just like Jen said in her video, like, who has ever gotten, somebody that says Shakeology is too expensive? Anybody in here? Yeah, like all of us. And so these are great if you have a lot of people like butting heads on the price of Shakeology because they just don't understand the value of it yet. They haven't felt the energy from it. They don't feel any different yet. So this is a great thing that you can do. You can either do the 4-day sample kits that's in the back office and sell them for $20 and make it really easy for yourself. I chose to do the 7-day because I wanted them to fill it for a full week. Because who else gets energy from Shakeology? Is anybody else? Like, I suffered from really, really bad fatigue. I'm talking like couldn't get out of bed fatigue. And after 4 days, actually about 5 days of drinking Shakeology, my husband wanted to buy stock in this stuff because I was cleaning the house. It was amazing. I love this stuff. And so by letting them try it out for 7 days, they can feel the energy from it, which is huge. That was the seller for me on Shakeology. Who cares about the price if you feel better, And you can also give them the 7-day meal plan. Like I said, you can print that off in the back office in the club membership section. Give them a shopping list. Make this like a jump start to their healthy lifestyle. They get to try out the products. They get to try out you as a coach. That's a really, really good thing for building relationships. And most importantly, I feel like this takes the pressure off you and your wallet because you shouldn't be giving out free samples, I don't feel like. In the beginning, I used to give out free samples, and the person would never try it, or they would mix it wrong. They mix it with water, and I was like, almond milk, people, almond milk. And so you can find, like, most people mess it up, and they don't really get to try it. So I don't do free samples anymore. I say if you're not going to pay $35 for 7 samples, you're not going to pay $129 for a full bag. There's just no way around it. And if they're not willing to pay for 7, which I force everybody to pay for 7, then sell $5 sample packs. Make them pay for it. That lets you know there's skin in the game. They're saying, I really am serious about this. I'm not just going to take this sample and run. So that's why I love those. So, feel free to use that. And then did you have anything to add there?
So inviting to a challenge group. Maybe we're ready now, right? We're ready to invite them to our birthday party. We've said hello, we've talked to them. They've been following us on social media where we've been talking about lots of things, including fitness. We've started a free challenge group. They've gotten to try us out as a coach. So now we're ready to invite them to our challenge group. Challenge group, challenge group, challenge group, challenge group. How many of you see that word just over and over and over again in your news feed? Right? We all run challenge groups. And not only do Beachbody coaches run challenge groups, but how many of you have a ton of friends who are like into Herbalife or Advocare or, there's so many, right? Or now there's even people who are selling mascara and all these, and there's face cream. And so somebody's selling something and they're all wanting you to get into a group or a party or a this or a that. So even though we've built the relationship, how do you make your challenge group special? So one of the things that I do is I like to take my challenge groups and add a little twist. Because, again, for me, it's about what's going to make me different, what's going to set me apart from the other 188,000 Beachbody coaches out there who are all getting ready to start a PIO challenge group because PIO just released. So what makes them choose me over Brandy or over you? Even though those are all great options, I want them to do my PIO challenge group. So what I like to do is add something extra to my challenge group. So I've done the 35 for 35 challenge, which was simply a T25 challenge group, but it happened to be I was turning 35. So I thought, we could do T25 with Shakeology because they're going to get a challenge pack, hopefully. And we're going to do, that's 25 minutes. So I'm going to give them 10 minutes worth of extra workouts, whether that's in written form or in the form of a little video, because do more videos. No matter how uncomfortable it makes you feel, people are better able to connect with you through video. So we did 25 minutes of T25, a 10-minute extra video, and we did that for 35 days. And people were like, oh man, I want to be part of the 35 for 35 challenge. It's just a T25 challenge group. No different than probably a ton of other coaches were doing, because I typically like to do a challenge group running with whatever the promo is, right? So this month we have Insanity and the Shanti dance one. So you like that? That was just a little extra for you. So I've also done what's called the paleo experiment. I took the word challenge group right out of it. And it's interesting when I did that and said, I'm getting ready to start a paleo experiment. If you're interested, email me, because I love for them to bring the conversation to email where I'm able better to keep track of it and I have better chance of following up with them. But when I took out the word challenge, it was interesting how many more people were interested. Because how much do you see that word challenge over and over and over again? So guess what? The paleo experiment was just an Insanity challenge group. Insanity, Shakeology, and I used another free tool called the Whole30, and each day I taught them a little bit about paleo. Still a challenge group, still gets me Success Club points, still helping them, still gave them the opportunity to become a coach or a customer with me, but I took out the word challenge and it made it interesting. I've also done where we do a challenge group and we read a book together at the same time. So maybe we're going to do Insanity challenge group and we're going to also read Grain Brain at the same time. And we're going to go over a couple pages each day. Because that makes my challenge group just a little bit different than somebody else's because they feel like they're getting something extra. So you don't have to do that. You can run your challenge group however you'd like. But for me, I feel like if you can add something special to it, if you can add something a little different, if you can put in a little extra free value, you're going to have people who will say yes just as quickly as they did when they did free. So earlier I told you about the girl who was really strongly founded in her faith, and I told her to do more about faith and fitness. So one of her challenge groups was they got the challenge pack. Let's just say it was hip-hop abs. I'm just making that up. They did hip-hop abs each day. They drank their Shakeology. And she posted that devotional in her group each day, and they talked about it. So they know that they were getting faith and fitness. So right now, I want you to be thinking, is there a challenge group that you could run where you could add in a little something extra? Sometimes it can just be a fun name. My most recent challenge group was called ASAP. It stood for Ass, Abs, and Paleo. And for some reason, when you get a little feisty on social media, people seem to like that. Again, it was just a normal challenge group, just like anything else. But like Brandy's constantly saying, you need to add value. You need to add value. So if I was my beautiful coach over there who's into baking that I talked about earlier, maybe I would do that. Maybe I would do a challenge group that also incorporated a baking or cooking tip. Because how many women out there, or even men, wish they knew a little bit more about cooking? I suck at cooking. Like, I need that group. I would love to be in a group that taught me a little bit more about how to cook and how to cook healthier each day. So another thing that I would love for you to do, outside of thinking about 3 things that you are outside of fitness, is think about the next challenge group that you run. Don't just slap it up there and say, who wants to join my PIO challenge group? Could you call it something different? Could you add in a little bit of extra value? And then I typically run mine, the course of whatever the program is. So, Brandy can talk about whether you're going to do 21, 30, or 60, because I'm not sure what she does with those.
Oh, with the 21
Yeah.
day? Yeah, I like to do shorter groups. I feel like shorter groups, more people stay involved. So 21 day is generally what I do. 30 day, I usually don't do 60 days at all. And right there it says you can roll over from your free 7-day group. So after you get done with your free cleaning group, like we were talking about earlier, you can roll right into a fitness challenge. And it's really, really a great way, after people get those results, they've lost maybe 3 to 4 pounds that week, they're gonna wanna continue on. They're gonna want that next meal plan. They're gonna wanna know exactly what workouts to do. And what I like to tell people, how I get people hooked into my groups is like, you're going to have a workout that tells you exactly what to do to get results. You're going to have a nutrition plan that tells you exactly what to eat to get results. All you have to do is commit and show up, and you're going to get results. So you can use that in your business as well. I feel like it makes it simple for people to know, like, they are supported. They have this perfect plan to roll into a fitness challenge. I also wanted to add in, Danielle was talking about figuring out, a different way to talk about challenge groups. Go follow other top coaches. Go look at the top 25 and go and follow them on their Facebook and see what they're doing. See who you resonate with and who, you could kind of maybe take some ideas from, alter them, make them your own, because you want it to be your voice. Because if you copy paste something from somebody, people are going to know, like, that doesn't sound like you, and you really want to be you in your business. So figure out your personality, follow their top coaches, and that should really help. And last, I really want to encourage you guys, like Darren Hardy was talking about, like, you've got to fail every day. You're going to fail. You're going to have people say no. You just got to keep tweaking things. Keep trying different things. Figure out what works for you, because it's not going to work. I have sometimes where I post about my challenge, and I don't hear a single word. And then sometimes I post about it, I add a little extra flair, and I get 100 people, wanting to get in. Not all 100 commit, but I mean, they're all interested, and that's where I can start building relationships with them. So really just, figure out your voice and your niche and how you can talk to people. But that was pretty much it for that.
Yeah, and the other thing is, down there it says the 5-step invitation process. So I don't know if you've used this before, but it is in your coach online office. And if you're not using it, it's a great tool for new coaches who are afraid and don't know exactly what they want to say. And it gives you 5 steps of kind of the back and forth of how to talk to people. But what I'll say about that, or challenge groups, or following top coaches, is this. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you do have to customize it. Okay? So you can't take what other people are doing and do it exactly that way. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you do have to customize it. So take what works for other people and make it your own. And what Brandy said about, don't just copy and paste, what's so important about that is you have a voice on social media. When I read people's posts, I should hear what I think their voice sounds like in my head. So if you just copy things verbatim, then your voice isn't going to come through. And so you have to be you, like we said earlier. It's about being you and finding the best way to take what's working for all other people and putting your own spin on it. So when you take this 5-step invitation process, if you're going to use that, make sure you personalize it before you send it out so it sounds like your voice, so people can hear you coming through. Perfect. So we did something a little different for our homework. We were all challenged as speakers to give a little homework to our participants. So we may be killing ourselves later for this, but our homework to you is this. We created a Facebook group for you guys. so that for the next 30 days, we could keep an eye on you and answer your questions beyond here. Because we know an hour isn't enough. We know that this has been a really long couple of days and you're tired and you're hungry. Who's on like the summit diet, right? You don't eat, you don't sleep. You work out a ton, you walk a million steps. So we know that there's pieces and bits that you're missing or you didn't write it down in time. So this group gives us a chance to connect with you beyond today. So you can do it now. There's a link right there, or feel free to join it later. We've already got some people in there who were at our session yesterday. But we hope that this is a way that you can ask us questions and we can answer them. Or you can ask each other questions, because sometimes you guys are best at learning from each other. And then you want to tell them about their other part of their homework?
Yeah, I really want you guys to pick a free challenge group like we were talking about earlier and launch that on June 30th. So this next Wednesday, I would recommend that you start inviting to that. You know, personal message people. Yes, you can post it on Facebook, but I really feel like make your list of like 50 people and go down that list and invite them personally to your free challenge group. You can pick the free cleaning group, you can do an ab challenge, squat challenge, push-up challenge, whatever you want to do. But this is going to turn your business around, I guarantee you. You're really going to see a lot of growth from this. A lot of people are going to be involved. You're going to feel like you're really, really making a difference in people's lives. I feel like those are my favorite groups to run because everybody's so excited to be there. They're just thankful for help. So go and do that, please, guys. And then, you know, we want you to begin branding you. Put more of you into your business, just like Danielle was talking about.
So to kind of summarize, that's what the old teacher in me wants to do, right? We want you to say hello to more people, and you're going to practice that on the way out of here, because you guys are all excited to say hello to each other anyway, right? So you're going to start saying hello to more people. You are going to be about 3 things at least other than Beachbody. You are going to add value during the week and invite on Sunday night. Try that system out. It's a great system. Sunday night is a really popular night as far as Facebook analytics are concerned. You should never post about a challenge group on like a Saturday morning, right? Nighttime's best, and especially Sunday night. You're gonna try a free group so that you can get people to believe in you and try you out. And most importantly, you are going to be the best version of you, because that's what people want to connect with. So we hope you had an amazing day. Please connect with us in the group, and I guess we'll see you tonight, right, at the celebration.
Thank you, guys.